Assalamualaikum, this is Umar Sajid and 22-10336 and my partner Talha Irshad 22-10326, and today we are going to perform a CSRF, which is known as cross-site request forgery. In this, we will allow an attacker to induce users to perform actions that they do not want to perform, and we will use the same origin policy which is designed to prevent different websites from interfering with each other. What is an impact of a CSRF attack? Basically, in this attack, the attacker causes the victim user to carry out an action uh, unintentionally. For example, if they want to change an email address on their account, or to change a password, or if they want to make a bank transfer, the attacker might be able to gain full control over the user's account. The attacker might be, if the compromised user has a privileged role within an application, for example, if they are a CEO or an administrator, the attacker might be able to take full control of all the application's data and functionality. There are the delivery mechanism for a CSRF exploit is uh, like we will place a malicious HTML onto a website that we already control, and when a legitimate user comes to the website and they will click on a button that we have they will click somewhere that we have hacked. So now Talha Irshad, my partner, will show a demonstration of this attack, and he'll share the screen now. So first of all, I'll demonstrate the attack, and Talha, if you can open your mic and your browser. So basically, this is the program that we have written, where we will first use write the username and password, the original password that the user has set. In this case, the password will be shown by Talha. Talha, can you click the icon? The password is right now is 12. Now, after the user has pressed login, the user is logged into the system. Now, if the user wants to change their password, for example, uh, the user will now enter new pass a new password. The new password will be different from the previous password. For example, Talha, and now password. So now password, it says the password is changed, but if you look at the URL, the password is displayed there. For example, like Talha is demonstrating that password underscore new is Talha, and password is underscore confirm is also Talha. Now, if someone is packet sniffing at this moment, or if someone is spoofing in this website, they can easily find out the password and change it according to whatever they want to. So, for example, if uh, Talha writes Talha Irshad as its password and press enter, that's it. And now I will test the credentials. Like, I want to see if the attack is actually performed or not. Now I'll write the same username, but instead of writing Talha, I'll write Talha Irshad. Instead, Talha, can you please just write Talha and remove Irshad? So you see it says wrong password, whereas the user created the new password which was Talha, and now the password is Talha Irshad. That is possible when someone is packet sniffing onto the website, and they can actually change the password through the URL. So when Talha wrote Talha Irshad as the password, it says valid password for a admin. Now Talha will explain the code of that we have written.
For this uh, attack to carry out, we actually had to make a certain database. And in order to create it and have access to it, we had to use an Apache server named as uh, XAMPP for our PHP. To connect to our PHP, we defined a variable so that we don't have to include our database reference again and again. So here, as you can see, our database includes the following PHP code. Now, as you can see, this is somewhat of our page title, where for the first three, we need to actually display uh, what our page actually looks like. For demonstration purposes, we removed the help button and source button from the pages so that we don't want them disturbing, Coming towards our vulnerabilities, we need to set our vulnerability to low, which actually means that our site is, if a person is packet sniffing or spoofing, they can actually cause and or this vulnerability will they can make use of this vulnerability and make sure that what they wanted to do has been carried out. If our vulnerabilities were set to impossible, which we can actually, our attack will not work. These are some usual buttons that will be shown on our page once we want to test our credentials. That pop up you saw uh, over here. I have to close the browser for now. The browser where we tested our credentials. Here we can actually put our credentials for a new password and to confirm that password. If our vulnerabilities are again set to impossible, they won't work. But if vulnerabilities are set to low, they can work. There was no check provided to be used for that. And that is all from our side. Thank you.
So this is how we perform the CSRF cross-site request forgery attack on a local host server. Thank you.